Hey, welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. I'm Liv and welcome to today's video, which is a reading vlog. Hello, it is Sunday the 5th of May. I look a wreck and welcome to this reading vlog. So I had an idea that I wanted to film for a reading vlog. I was meant to be filming for all of May, but yeah, like I said, it's the 5th and I actually honestly haven't read anything. I've read a couple of pages and that's about it. It's been a really big week, a really tiring week, and I am quite exhausted. So that means just like no reading has been accomplished so far. 5 days into the month I read a couple of pages of one book and that is about it. So I really didn't want this vlog to die. I just was like, we'll start fresh. I did try and start filming on the 1st, but yeah, didn't happen. I got this idea because I can't remember, last month or the month before, can't exactly remember, I saw, I think it was called the 72-hour readathon by Colors with Cassidy and a bunch of other YouTubers, like her YouTube group, did like a 72-hour readathon where they did like a spinner wheel of prompts, and I was like, oh, I want to participate in that. That's so cool. But it was too late by the time I saw it. I saw it after, when everyone was, you know, posting their vlogs. So I've kind of copied that idea. So this is not at all an original idea. I will tag Cassidy and the others in the description below. Yeah, so I wanted to do like, I didn't want to just do another boring, not boring, I love filming reading vlogs. I didn't want to do just another normal reading vlog. I wanted to make it kind of themed, but I'd been a little bit slumpy, as you can probably tell, so I didn't want to make the slump worse, hence why I gave up on filming this earlier this week. But I still wanted to make it a little bit themed, so I thought the spinner wheel would be a good way to still kind of make it themed without forcing myself to read a certain book and, you know, forcing myself into a slump. So that's why I wanted to film this. And yeah, so the idea is that I don't have a set TBR this month, so I'm free to read whatever I want to. And I will screen share, hopefully this works now, my spinner wheel of prompts. This is not super strict, like I said. I don't want to force myself into another slump because I'm just teetering on the edge there. So yeah, I've got, I think, 11 prompts. Yeah, I've got 11 prompts, but there's no rules. Like, if I pick a book for a prompt, say I spin and get mood read, if I don't like the book I pick for that, we're putting it down and we're picking up another one that matches the prompt. Because that's the kind of reading mood I'm in at the moment, you know, like put down book after book after book until I find the right one. So there's no strict, like, I have to read that book, because that defeats the purpose of not having a TBR. So yeah, like I said, I've got 11 prompts on my spinner wheel. So I'll just read through them quickly. So we've got poll pick. I will put a poll on the Discord, Merb's Discord, and get the gals and guys to vote, mainly gals, to vote for me. Second prompt is thriller. Third prompt is a TBR vet. TBR vet's going to be physical, like physical TBR book. Next one is a sequel. Then we have less than 400 pages. That also has to be a physical read. A book that's been soft DNF'd. That one terrifies me a little bit. I can't make all the prompts nice. Then we have library book, mood read. Over 400 pages, that also has to be a physical read. A book from my 12 and 12 list, which is 12 books recommended by 12 friends to read in 12 months. And then finally pick a book out of my physical TBR jar, which is up there. Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to spin the wheel and see what prompt I get, and then we're going to pick a book to fit that prompt. Let's spin and see what I get. Alright, I'm nervous. Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. So I got 12 and 12. Okay, I think I have some options for that. I think I got one from the library that's off my 12 and 12, and I think a couple of my 12 and 12 are on my physical TBR. I might need to go quickly scroll through my 12 and 12 video just to like refresh my memory on what's on that list, so I'll be back. So I did pop a bunch of holds on a couple of books off my 12 and 12 list in anticipation of this vlog in case I landed on it at work, and it looks like I've left them on my desk, which is just great. So only 2 books on my 12 and 12 list are on my physical TBR. The first one being These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan, I believe, which is like a fae book. Or this one here, which is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. Actually, let me figure out who recommended me this one. Okay, this one was recommended by Library of Kate. I will tag her channel in the description below. Yes, I have previously started this book ages ago. I think I got 157 pages in, which is quite like significant. I can loosely remember what's happening, but I will definitely start from the start again because it's been a while. This is like an enemies to lovers. I think we follow this woman who is called Lara, has only one thought for her husband on their wedding day: I will bring your kingdom to its knees. A princess trained from childhood to be a lethal spy, Lara knows that the Bridge Kingdom represents both legendary evil and legendary promise. The only route through a storm-ravaged world, the Bridge Kingdom controls all trade and travel between lands, allowing its ruler to enrich himself and deprive his enemies, including Lara's homeland. So when she's sent as a bridge under the under the guise of fulfilling a treaty of peace, she's prepared to do whatever it takes to fracture the defenses of an impenetrable Bridge Kingdom. But as she infiltrates a new home, a lush paradise surrounded by tempest seas, and comes to know her new husband, Aaron, Lara begins to question where true evil resides. Around her, she sees a kingdom fighting for survival, and in Aaron, a man fiercely protective of his people. As her mission drives her to a deeper understanding of the fight to possess the bridge, Lara finds a simmering attraction between her and Aaron impossible to ignore. Her goal nearly within reach, she will have to decide her own fate. Will she be the destroyer of a king or the savior of her people? So this sounds really good. Enemies to lovers, like kind of forced proximity in a way with the marriage. I believe, I remember correctly, Lara's been trained like since being a child to kind of be like an assassin. So yeah, I remember quite enjoying this. I remember pacing being quite slow at the start. And I think it's multiple POV as well, which I love. So I think you get Lara and Aaron's perspective. So I'm going to go restart this. Yeah, the reason I look like a mess is because I'm doing a massive clean at the moment. You can't see, but there is shit just everywhere. First of all, my room was just like looking disgusting and ratty. But I'm getting a new bed. So a whole wall of furniture in my bedroom needs to be chucked out to be able to fit this new bed because it's bigger than my old one. So I'm having to do a major clean out for that to happen. I'm not just throwing out like furniture, like I'm not wasting it. The furniture is quite old and falling apart. Bedside table and a mirror, and the mirror is literally like disintegrating. I'm worried it's gonna just like collapse in on itself. So I'm not wasting like perfectly good furniture. Like it is old and falling apart, let's just say. So it was time for that furniture to go anyway. But yeah, I have to clean out just crap everywhere, and it's quite overwhelming, like the amount of shit I have. Like it's just stuff everywhere. So it's quite an overwhelming job. I bought the bed on like Wednesday night, and they were like, oh, it'll be there on Tuesday. So I wasn't expecting it to be that quick. Everything was in stock, so I haven't super had a lot of time to do this, so it falls for me to do today and tomorrow, and then it'll arrive when I'm at work. So I need to have it ready and need to disassemble the old bed, take the mattress out, get rid of all the furniture so the new bed can actually fit in here, and it's just like an overwhelming job. So I've been spending the morning just cleaning and getting rid of crap. So yeah, it's a bit of an overwhelming job. I'm definitely going to take a break. It's lunchtime. I need to eat some food. I'm just going to take a break, read a little bit of my book, and yeah, get back into the job in the afternoon. And then I am going out for dinner tonight for my friend's birthday. So I probably won't get heaps of reading done today, but I will definitely definitely be starting this, that's for sure. I'm in a reading mood. I want to pick up a book, so it's a good sign. So yeah. Sorry again, I swear every time I do a vlog the intro just gets longer and longer. So yeah, welcome to this spinner themed reading vlog. I hope you enjoy and I hope I read some good books. Yeah, I've been looking forward to filming this. I think it's a fun idea, and yeah, okay. I will see you in the next update. It is now Wednesday the 8th of May. It's about 8 o'clock at night, and I just want to apologise first of all for the lighting. Second of all, for how I look, and third because yeah, it's been a while since I've updated. Yeah, it's been a weird start to the month. I'm terrified of a slump coming. Yeah. So as you saw in this last clip, I rolled to read The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. My feelings about this book are so mixed. Like, on one side, I'm really into the plot of this book. I love the idea of, yeah, of this enemies to lovers kind of trying to outsmart each other, little bit of banter at some moments. But then there's some points of this book that seem like a little YA, and this is an adult book. I think what's frustrating me a little bit is, so our main character, what's her name, Lara, she's obviously trying to downplay and make her seem like such a damsel in distress because she doesn't want Aaron, the king, to know what she's really capable of. And they're both kind of putting on these masks in front of each other because Aaron's worried that like this woman could be a spy, they're enemy countries, blah blah blah. But I think what's annoying me is Aaron keeps saying like these things like, you know, you're just like a dumb, like, not dumb, sorry, he's not saying that, just like a, you know, like spoiled little princess, like, you know, just like a little shield, like princess that's lived in luxury, like you don't know how hard life is, blah blah blah. But I think it's like kind of obvious that Lara isn't as naive and shallow as she like makes herself appear to be. And I think what's annoying me is Aaron keeps making all these assumptions about her. And he says like he's a good guy and like all of this stuff, and he presents that way, but like these sexist annoying comments are like starting to annoy me a little bit. It's like, oh, she's just like a damsel in distress, like how easily he falls for her, like her doe-eyed and her like fake little fainting and all of that stuff. I don't know, he just keeps saying all these comments, and while saying that, she also has kind of made it clear several times that she's not this doe-eyed little innocent sheltered girl, but he keeps and I'm not making sense, and the reactions as well, like when she says something that like takes him by surprise or she doesn't expect, the reactions seem to be like super crazy exaggerated. Like, you're still getting to know each other. Is this like not on focus? Has this not been focused the whole time? Whatever, we're going with it. Yeah, the reactions seem to be like super exaggerated. Like, she'll say something and it'll be like, he whipped his head around, and I'm like, okay, that's a little dramatic, but alright. I don't know, there's just something that's like annoying me. But at the same time, I'm also hopeful for this book because I think there's a plot point coming that I'm such a big fan of. I think it's really overdone and it can be cringy, but at the same time it's like a guilty pleasure. And I can't say what that is because I feel like it'll be a major spoiler, but it has happened in another book I read and I ate that up. So I'm keeping my hopes high because I feel like this plot point is coming, and maybe it'll come, you know, on the last couple of pages. I don't know. I'm so conflicted about this book. I'm moving through it so slowly. Like, I'm not being like, oh, can't wait to pick it up. Like, I'm 100. I wish. I'm 84 pages in, and like, yeah, there's quite a few words on a page, but I just feel like it's been a slog just to get to 85 pages. So I'm not going to DNF it. It's definitely not a DNF. I don't think I've given it enough of a shot. Don't know if I'm being like too harsh and dramatic with my thoughts about this book. And I want to continue on and see if my thoughts change in any way. Can you focus, please? Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, this is a mess of an update. Yeah, so I have read 84 pages. It's taken me, you know, 8 days to read 84 pages of this book. So in saying that, what I might do is I might do another wheel spin so I can have another book going at the same time. I think I'm in one of those moods where I just need to keep jumping back and forth between books to get me going, because this is a slog and it's really taken me a while to read a page. So I'm going to get the spinner wheel back up and we're going to spin to read another book at the same time. Okay, let's spin again. I'm not going to remove prompts if I get them. I'm just going to leave them in there because a lot of these are reusable, and it doesn't really matter. I'm sorry, this keeps focusing in and out. It's so annoying. Anyway, my camera's about to die. Shut up, Olivia. So, let's spin again and see what we get. Spin. Alright. Oh, I'm nervous again. What am I going to get? Ooh. Fuck yeah. Oh my god, there's so many options. So many options. Ooh, oh my god, thriller! Yes. So, I've got options. Let's see what I've got on Libby at the moment, actually. Let's stop screen recording and let's go into Libby. I just got recommended by Emily tonight. This audio... Oh my god, so many loans have come in. Bruh. I got recommended Don't Let Her Stay by Nicholas Sanders, which apparently has a great twist at the end, so I've got that audiobook. I also have another audiobook that I've been wanting to read for a while that's just come in, The Search Party by Hannah Rochelle. Ooh. I think I might read this one first because I have been waiting for it a while for my haul to come through. So I think I'll pick up the audio for this one. How long's audio? 10 hours, not too bad. So The Search Party is 5 old friends reunite for an idyllic glamping holiday on the rugged Cornwall coast, but tensions rise when a storm leaves them stranded and someone goes missing. Max and Annie Kingsley have left the London rat race with their 12-year-old son to set up a glamping site in the wilds of Cornwall. Eager for a dry run ahead of their opening, they invite 3 old university friends and their families for a long-needed reunion and a relaxing weekend. But the festivities soon go awry as tensions arise between the children and subsequently their parents. Explosive secrets come to light and sudden storm moves in, cutting them off from help as one in the group disappears. Moving between a police investigation, a hospital room, and the catastrophic weekend. Oh my god, that sounds so good. The Search Party is a propulsive destination thriller about the tenacious bonds of friendship and the lengths parents will go to protect their children. Oh my god, how good does this sound? I've been waiting for this haul to come in for so long. So I think this is the one I definitely need to pick up first before the one Emily recommended. Plus it's an audio, so now I can like balance the two well. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so excited to listen to this audiobook. I haven't listened to an audiobook for a while and I'm like having withdrawals from them. So I'm so excited to start this one. I probably will start it maybe later in bed, but I'm currently filming reading sprints. I'm not filming reading sprints. I'm currently hosting reading sprints. So I need to go back to that. And I think my goal for tonight is to at least get to page 100 of this book. So I'll get to page 100 of this probably in sprints tonight. And then maybe when I go to bed, I'll listen to a little bit of The Search Party. If not, I'll definitely start the search party as I get ready for work tomorrow. So yeah, sorry that this update is like all over the place, but that kind of describes me. Yeah, so I probably won't film much of an update tomorrow. I'm going to the movies after work, so I'll probably see you maybe hopefully Friday, Saturday for an update. Don't hold me to that though. Anyway, yeah, okay, see you then. Hey, it is now Sunday the 12th of May. It is about 4:30 in the afternoon and I have a little bit of a reading update for you. So I am still reading this book. It feels like I've been reading it for weeks, honestly. This book, man, I really thought I would eat this up. I thought the plot was something that I would absolutely love. It is a formula that I've read before in many other books and loved. Normally it's a guaranteed, like, you know, 4 or 5 star for me. This kind of plot and book and romance and fantasy elements and all that kind of stuff. Normally I'd eat that up. But this has been a real slog to get through. Like, I'm really, like, I'm not hating it, but I'm not loving it either. Which I'm so surprised by. Like, I have about 100 pages left. So I'm on page like 240-ish. And I did contemplate DNFing this, honestly. And like I said at the start of this vlog, I can DNF if I want, like I don't have to. Defeats the purpose of having like not a TBR kind of vlog. But I kind of want to see how this ends. I'm like, I've spent so much time on this book that I'm like, I can't DNF it now. I've wasted so much time on this book. I need to finish it. Yeah, the plot point and like trope that I kind of wanted is happening. And I thought that would increase my enjoyment of the book, but it's really not. Now that we've gotten through majority of the, you know, before shit went down kind of part of the book and before revelations were made, and we're reaching kind of the crescendo, that's not the right word, we're reaching the kind of major end of the book. I know it's probably going to end on a cliffhanger because it's a trilogy, I'm pretty sure. Duology? Trilogy. I don't know. One of the two. So I know this is probably going to end on a cliffhanger. Yeah, I feel like the pacing is so slow and I'm just failing to connect to either two of the characters. So the romance is just not hitting. And yeah, I cannot believe that I have this opinion of this book. Like, I thought this was guaranteed at least 4 star when I started it. And I can see now why I maybe put it down the first time. I kind of get it now. So this is my second attempt at this book and I'm still obviously feeling the same way. So it was not like one of those things where sometimes you just read the book at the wrong time. I don't think it was that because yeah, I'm really struggling to get through this. My aim is to finish this book today because I just want it over with. I want to get into a good book and this is not doing it for me. Yeah, I can kind of see where this might end, but maybe the ending will surprise me. I kind of hope it will. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this book, is that the romance isn't hitting for me. I'm not connecting with the characters. The plot is so slow that it's like a slog to get through. Yeah, surprise opinion, honestly. Did not see me having that opinion of this book. Yeah, that's the first update. The second update is I did start that audiobook that I said I was going to start. The Search Party by, I can't remember the author, let Libby tell me, Hannah Rochelle. That's it. I'm listening to the audiobook of this. I'm about 2 hours in, so about 20% in. And this one's alright. Like, I feel like I can't read a good book at the moment. This one's alright. We've just kind of got a couple of perspectives we're going. Each chapter is a different perspective of a different kind of adult. That is basically the plot. I think I told you is a bunch of like families get together because one of the families has started this new business of this like glamping kind of business. So all these old university friends get together. They're all adults now, families and stuff, to celebrate this new business venture before it officially opens to the public. and something goes horribly wrong. So each chapter is a different perspective of a different adult in the group, and them all kind of being interviewed by the police or like the family liaison officer, and then as well flashes back to them retelling the events of the first night when they got there leading up to whatever happened. Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying this. It's alright. Again, like just like my other book, it's a bit of a slow pace, but I guess thrillers always do start off a little bit slow as we're getting the background or building the context, I guess, around the disappearance or whatever happened. I still don't quite know what happened. I think someone's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like they are quite heavily hinting that this one particular character did something bad, or they're just trying to make it look like he did and he just like witnessed it, or yeah. So I feel like it's a little bit too heavy-handed in terms of the hinting around this character. Like I feel like even if he didn't do something and he just witnessed it and they're just making it look like he did do something, is like too obvious. Like they're really just trying to continue to bring my attention back to this character, and like it's not super subtle. Yeah, I'm not loving it, to be honest. I'm thinking it might be a DNF. I cannot read a good book at the moment. Like I swear to God, I just like don't trust my taste at the moment. I just keep picking up shit book after shit book, to be honest. Like, do I even know my taste anymore? Like, yeah. I just can't read a good book. And it's starting to get so frustrating. So, yeah, that's me not having the best time reading at the moment, but I'm in such a reading mood, which is so disappointing. So, yeah, I think I'm going to hopefully finish no, not hopefully. I will finish this goddamn book tonight if it kills me. I just want it over and done with, but I want to know how it ends. And I've invested too much time today and effort, so I'm going to finish that tonight. And then spin the wheel again and get another prompt, because I need a new book pronto. So I will hopefully see you in a couple of hours, probably more than a couple of hours. I keep putting this book down and going on my phone. I will see you some point later tonight, where I will spin the wheel again, because I need this book out of my life and done and finished. Yeah, that is my reading update. It's not a super positive one. Will I ever read a good book again? It doesn't feel like it at this point. I finally finished this book. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be finished this book. Thank God. I finally finished. I feel like I've been reading this book for like 6 weeks. I finished this book. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It was so slow. Like so slow and quite boring, to be honest. Like quite boring. Nothing really happens until like the last, I don't know, 50, 100 pages of this book. And like there is a lot of words on a page, so it was a slog. Like I was reading it quite slowly because I was like kept putting it down and picking it back up, but also so slow because it took me like 3 times as long to get through a page as well. Look how many words are on a page. It's wild. Anyway, I finished. It was so slow, but this is going to sound like a hypocrite. I don't know. I feel like my bookish opinions are just like all over the place at the moment. I liked the last 20 pages of the book. Not the last 20. Yeah, it was almost like not the last 20. Like the last 10, 15 pages of this book I actually enjoyed. And now I'm like, should I read the sequel? Like, I'm a mess. I don't know. This book was so boring, and then the last like 15 pages I was like, this is the vibes that I was expecting and hoping for this whole time. And like the last 15 pages almost like made it worth it. No, it didn't. That's a stretch. It didn't make it worth it. It was so not worth it at all. But the last 15 pages I went through quite quickly because they were actually enjoyable. And I was like, this is the way I was expecting to react to this book, but it shouldn't take me 330 odd pages to get that feeling. Like, oh my God. And now I'm like, was it worth it for the sequel, this slog to get through? Should I give the sequel a chance now? Do I see the potential now? I don't know. I'm definitely still going to give this 3 stars because, oh, it was rough. And I didn't enjoy it. Other than the last, like, 10-15 pages. I know, it's wild after I spent this whole video bitching about this book to be like, I liked the ending. I liked the ending. And I can see how the sequel is going to be fun and good. So the whole time I was reading this, I was like, there's no way I'm continuing on with this series. F that. I might have to borrow the sequel from the library. I feel like a hypocrite. I don't know. So yeah, this is going to be rated 3 stars because it was rough. Yeah, so that's the Bridge Kingdom done and dusted. Oh my gosh. And that is my first book complete for this vlog. I don't know how long I'm going to be filming this for, like the rest of the month or until like I feel like I have enough footage. I don't know. But we're definitely spinning the wheel again. So let me get it up so we can move on from that book. Okay, it is time to pick another book. Here's hoping it is a good one because I think if I read one more bad book, I'm gonna slump for the next like 6 months. Alright, let's spin the spinner and see what we get. Good lord. Okay, the next one I'm getting is... Ooh, that was so close to over 400 pages. 12 and 12. Okay. Okay, oh, okay, I have a book for this. Okay, let me go get it. Is it kind of boring to you guys that I got the same prompt twice in a row? I don't know, should I be removing them from the spinner? Whatever, this is my video, I do whatever the hell I want. Okay, so, you know how I told you last time I spun and got 12 and 12 that I'd reserved a bunch at the library and left them on my desk. I ended up returning a couple because I was like, oh well, I picked up the Bridge Kingdom. What are the chances I roll it again? Anyway, I did actually keep one because I am genuinely really interested in reading this book. So that is this book here. This is The Hangman by Jack Heath. This is the first book in a series. So this, I believe, was recommended by Ash's Adventures in Books. I'm like 99% sure it was, so I'm not going to check, but I'm like pretty sure it was. This one I'm really excited to pick up. I think a change in genre is a good idea as well, because fantasy failed me. So this is about, I think, a guy that like is hired by the FBI, but he's like also a serial killer, but he also helps them solve crime. So let me read the blurb. A 14-year-old boy vanishes on his way home from school. His frantic mother receives a terrifying ransom call. It's only hours before the deadline and the police have no leads. Enter Timothy Blake, codename Hangman. Blake is a genius, known for solving impossible cases. He's also a dangerous criminal, the FBI's last resort. But this time, Blake might have met his match. The kidnapper is more cunning and ruthless than anyone he's faced before. And Blake has been assigned a new partner, a woman linked to the past he's so desperate to forget. Timothy Blake has a secret, one so dark he will do anything to keep it hidden. And he also has a prize. Every time he saves a life, he takes one. Ooh, see, this sounds so good. This sounds so up my alley. FBI, serial killings, crime solving, kidnappings, like, yes. This sounds like such a me book. I'm so excited to get into it. It sounds dark and fun. I'm hoping for fast-paced, scary, cool clues, plot twists. Like, I want my mind to be blown. I'm so excited to read this. And yeah, here's hoping I like this book, because my luck is just not good with reads at the moment. So yeah, that's my update. I don't know if I'm going to start this tonight or not. Oh, look at the text, it's so big compared to my last book. That's amazing. I want to start this other book that's not for this vlog, so I won't tell you about it because it's not really related. So I might pick that up tonight and then start this tomorrow. Or I might listen to more of Search Party to see if it's worth continuing on, or if I should just DNF it and pick another book for the thriller prompt, even though this would count for the thriller prompt, but whatever. Yeah, that's all I've got to tell you. Yeah, Breach Kingdom, 3 stars, and my next read is Hangman. So I will see you whenever I see you next. Hello, it is now Tuesday I don't even know the date. Tuesday the 14th? Tuesday the 14th, that's it. Tuesday the 14th, it's about 5:30 at night, and yeah, hi, I'm officially on a little bit of a mini break now. I have from tomorrow till next Tuesday off, which is amazing. We're going away on Thursdays as an early celebration for my mum's birthday. It's a special birthday, so we're going away to celebrate, so I'm so happy. I don't have to work till next Wednesday. It's so good. Sorry, my Discord's going off. Yes, which is so exciting. I'm looking forward to going away. Looking forward to celebrating my mum's birthday. Going away with family will be lovely. But I also have tomorrow off. I've got one errand to do. Got to put my cat in the cattery. But other than that, the day is mine. So I'm so excited to just have a bit of a me day, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just mute my... This is like my third take of this, so I'm not restarting. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to going away. Go away on Thursday afternoon, so, yeah. And that's kind of my life update in terms of reading. I am now officially 50%, 51 actually, 51% through the Search Party. And, yeah, I'm still not, like, super loving it. The pace is still really, really slow. I have been listening to this book for 5 hours, 5 hours worth, and it has only just got up to the point of where, like, shit is starting to, like, go wrong. Like, I understand that the start of the book is adding, I guess, context to why something goes wrong within the, I guess, the dynamics of the group and what creates the tension. How do we get up to this point? I get that, but 5 hours worth. Like, I'm complaining, but the writing's like quite good, so it's not like it's 5 hours of shit writing. Like, I'm enjoying the writing style. It's just, do we need 5 hours of it? Like, oh my god. The other thing that's annoying me is the amount of characters and perspectives. Don't get me wrong, normally I'm like, yes, for multiple POV. I love multiple POV. But when you have, literally, let me count how many perspectives there are. It is absolutely wild. So there's Tanya, Kip, Annie, Jim, Max, Kira, Scarlett, Dominic. So that's like, what, 7? Oh, and 8. There was like 1 from the cops' perspectives. So like 7, 8 perspectives is crazy. Like, that's too many perspectives, I think. And the fact that you keep flipping back and forth each chapter, and the fact that there's more, all of those characters. There's just so many characters and so many names to keep track of that it's quite distracting while I'm listening to try and figure out who is who. Like, especially with the less significant characters that don't get as many perspectives, aren't as integral to the plot. I'm like, wait, who are you again? It seems so distracting when I'm trying to read. So I think there's too many characters and too many perspectives. Yeah, let's just make the story a little bit smaller. Maybe it wouldn't be 5 hours then to get to this point. But yeah, I've just gotten up to the chapter where, like, they're starting to realize that someone's missing. So, but I've still got 5 hours left. So I was like, oh, maybe like I finally reached the point where shit's about to start to go crazy. But like 5 hours worth of that, I don't think so. So I don't know. I think it's currently sitting at a 3 stars. But I'm enjoying the writing enough to be like, yeah, I'm happy to listen to this. You know, like at the start of my day when I'm getting ready, but I'm not like, I need to pick up this book. You know, I'm not like thinking about it, not being like, oh, when can I pick it up? I want to know what happens. yeah. So that's kind of disappointing. The other reading update is Hangman. I have read, not heaps of this, unfortunately. I've read 48 pages of this. I don't know why I stopped at 48. That's a very random spot. Oh, start of a chapter. That's why. Initial thoughts. I like the fact that our main character, who is not a good guy by the sounds of it, he's described as a dangerous criminal who's helping the FBI. I like that the way he kind of investigates seemed to be like a profiler. Like, you know, I love Criminal Minds. It's my whole identity, that show. So it kind of gives me that profiler vibe. If you watch Criminal Minds and know a profiler, they do their investigating by watching people behavior and being like really observant and like investigating that way, and I love that kind of investigation, so I like that. The writing is not super like amazing. It just seems, I don't know, quite basic. Like, I wasn't expecting an amazing lyrical book in a, like, you know, but the writing just seems really basic. Like, really, really easy to follow. It's not, like, blowing me away or anything. So, yeah, that's what I've noticed while I'm reading this. But at the end of the last chapter, there was a development about our criminal and his, let's just say habits is the nicest way to put it. So I'm scared. There was a development at the end of the chapter that is gross, and it's kind of funny. Like, I think it's not meant to be funny, but it's kind of funny how they describe it. So I'm hoping they continue to describe this disgusting hobby of our serial killer. Like, nothing, okay, I won't say, it's probably a spoiler, but yeah, I hope they continue to kind of do it in this jokey way that they kind of already mentioned it, because if they go into detail, like, about it, I know this is so confusing without the context of what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm hoping the descriptions stay lighthearted like this, as lighthearted as you can get, and kind of jokey, because if they start to go into serious descriptions of this, like, I will throw up and I will not be able to read this. So, yeah, it's been an interesting development. Yeah. So, still early days with this one, honestly. But yeah, that's my reading update. So you guys are gonna hate me, but I don't want to read either of those two books at the moment. Oh my god, this is just gonna be the whole vlog. Just keep spinning the wheel and keep picking up books. I never finish any book. I did finish The Bridge Kingdom though. I don't really feel like reading either of those two books at the moment, to be honest, but I'm in such a reading mood and I'm currently hosting reading sprints, so I really want to read. So you think we're gonna spin the wheel again? See, I'm a mood reader, but I'm keeping it on theme with the vlog instead of DNFing. So let's spin the wheel again. Oh my god, you guys are like, what is wrong with you? I've taken off Thriller and 12 and 12 off the spinner just because I think that it would get a bit boring for you guys if I spun one of those again. I want to keep it fresh, keep it interesting. So let's spin the spinner again and find out what I'm going to be reading tonight. All right, let's see what we get. All right. Ooh. This is not helpful. This is not helpful because I don't know what I'm in the mood to read. This is like the least helpful prompt I could have gotten because I wanted like a little bit of direction. Feels like cheating to respin the spinner, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple of options and then maybe get people that are watching my sprints to vote, or maybe I'll pop it in the Discord and people can vote in Merb's Discord. So I might do that, so I might see you in a little bit because that'll take a little bit of time, so I'm going to go do that and I'll come back. It won't take a little time for you. It'll be straight away. I'm tired. Okay, see you in a sec. Hello, it's been like 2 minutes. We've figured it out. I actually didn't end up doing a poll because I was actually a big girl and figured out what I wanted to read by myself. I looked at my shelves for options for a poll and nothing was really screaming out at me. And then I was like, oh, I'll look at my Libby loans. I went crazy recently and borrowed a bunch of books on Libby. And I found this one and I was like, oh, perfect. I'm in the mood for some parody adventure, some fantasy fun. So I'm going to read The Adventure of Amina El-Sirafi, the first in the Amina El-Sirafi series by Shannon Chakraborty. This is like a historical fiction, fantasy, pirate adventure from what I can tell. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the mood for this. So this is a new trilogy of magic and mayhem on the high seas, and a tale of pirates and sorcerers, forbidden artifacts, and ancient mysteries in one woman's determined quest to seize a final chance at glory and write her own legend. Amina El-Sirafi should be content. After a storied and scandalous career as one of the Indian Ocean's most notorious pirates, she survived backstabbing rogues, vengeful merchant princes, several husbands, and one actual demon to retire peacefully with her family to a life of piety, motherhood, and absolutely nothing that hints of the supernatural. But when she's tracked down by the obscenely wealthy mother of a former crewman, she's offered a job no bandit could refuse: retrieve her comrade's kidnapped daughter for a kingly sum. The chance to have one last adventure with her crew, do right by an old friend, and win a fortune that will secure her family's forever. It seems like such an obvious choice that it must be God's will. Yet the deeper Amina dives, the more it becomes alarmingly clear there's more to the job and the girl's disappearance than she was led to believe. To seize one last chance of glory, to savour just a bit more power, and the prince might be, and the, oh sorry, not the prince, the price might be your very soul. How amazing does this sound? Oh my god, I'm currently feel like I am trying to slowly just get into my pirate era at the moment, honestly. This sounds so fun, fast-paced. I am setting my hopes of this book very high. I want pirates, I want fast-paced fun, I want fun battle scenes, I want crazy creatures. I'm just so excited. I think I've definitely made the right choice of reading this tonight. I will get back to my other two books at some point. But yeah, I'm going to start reading this in the next sprint because there's like 2 minutes left. But yeah, okay, that's my update. That's what I'm going to read. I will let you know how I go. Hello, I gotta film this update like super quickly because I gotta be in an Uber in like 20 minutes. So hi, here's another update. I finished last night the audio of The Search Party. I ended up giving this 3 stars. I feel like the reveal was not at all satisfying. Like, let's say the last couple of hours of the audio I really started to get into it. The kind of panic that set in that once one of the children was missing, and the panic that really set in, and the tension between all the parents. Like, I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the desperate search for her. I feel like that was the kind of only enjoyable part of the book, but it was dragged out for too long. And once the reveal actually, I mean, that part of the reveal was satisfying. The reveal about who was the bad guy was just really unoriginal. Like, it didn't feel very creative. It wasn't satisfying. There was like one hint throughout the whole book that it was this guy. And I just feel like it wasn't very cleverly done. It felt silly almost, like comical in a way. So yeah, the reveal wasn't satisfying. I think if that part of it wasn't part of the book and it was just like this little girl is missing and these, it would have been better, I think, if they all kind of turned on each other. In a way, they all did kind of turn on each other, but I think it would have been more satisfying to be like, this little girl is missing, someone knows something. I feel like that would have been more satisfying than this convoluted, silly kidnapping and revenge, and yeah, it was all just really silly. But I did enjoy the last couple of hours overall when it focused on the missing girl and that kind of isolated trap setting of being in the middle of nowhere during a crazy storm, no reception, no help. That part of it was like scary, and that isolated setting I do like in like thriller books. So yeah, I'm glad I'm finished. I'm definitely gonna give it 3 stars. It was just so meh, you know, and I thought maybe the reveal would be satisfying, but it just didn't feel satisfying to me, and the ending was just like, oh, okay, that's how we're gonna end it. Yeah, I think there was too many characters. I think the reveal was a bit silly, and overall it was just such a letdown. The narrator was good though. The narrators were good. I enjoyed the audio. So yeah, disappointing. I started the next book, The Adventures of Amina. I'm only on like chapter 2, so I barely started, but so far I've already highlighted a couple of quotes. Like, so far, like, I'm only on chapter 2, but the writing is really, really good. And I kind of like the style that it's written in. It's kind of this person that's come across Amina's story, and kind of Amina kind of retelling the stories of her life. So there's like a little bit of humor, a little bit of like interruption in the story. And so far I love Amina's character. I barely know her, but I feel like I'm gonna love her. So I haven't read much of it, but I am absolutely loving the writing style so far. So I feel like this is going to be a great read. So yeah, that's my really rushed update. I need to go. I'm going to go away for the next couple of days, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to film an update, but I'm taking plenty of books with me, so I will hopefully read Amina while I'm away. Okay, sorry for this really, really rushed update, but I've got to go. Long time no see. It is now Wednesday the 22nd of May. What month are we in? May. It's about 6 p.m. and yeah, I got back on Sunday. I got back on Sunday from my little mini holiday away. Had an amazing relaxing time, and it was really lovely, but back to reality and back to work today. I had yesterday off as well, which was really good, but back to work today, back to reality. But anyway, yeah, I had a really nice time away and got a little bit of reading done as well while I was away. So I am reading, I think I told you in the last update, I think I picked this book out. I don't know if I'd started it yet. I don't think so. And that is The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. And now I am 60% through this book, so yeah, I've read a good chunk of it. Thoughts are, I'm really loving it. I think the writing is really, really good. I like that the kind of storyline is a mix of culture and religion as well. I feel like I'm learning a lot about the Muslim religion, and it's just like interweaving really well. I like the setting. I'm exploring countries and places that I haven't really explored in books that I've read before, so I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. I love our main character. I love that our main characters are middle-aged. Most of the books you read of the adventures are young teenagers, 20-year-olds. But I like that we're following people that have had such life experience and such adventures. I love our main character, Amina. She is fierce, so connected to her faith, so strong and badass, and there's, even though I can't relate, there's a lot of beautiful quotes about motherhood in this book that I really, really like as well. She's a great mother. Well, yeah, she's a protective mother, but yeah, but she's not perfect. I like that she's aware of her shortcomings and aware of her weaknesses, just like we all have. And yeah, it's interesting to hear about like her battles, her struggles between staying home and being a good mother, but being so drawn to the adventure of being a pirate. So that's really interesting to hear her thought processes and her like struggles around that. I'm really enjoying. Yeah, the settings are really cool. I love all like the magic and folklore mixed into it. Yeah, I really love our main character. Our side characters we know like a little bit, but not heaps. There's just one perspective of just Amina. The storyline is really cool. I think it's a cool storyline. I like the plot. I think it's interesting. The one thing I will say is that, I don't know, the blurb and the cover make it sound like it's this fast-paced adventure, and that was what I was really wanting, but it's really not that. Like, it's quite slow-paced. Yeah, like I said, I'm 60% in and I haven't really had that much action. For a book that's meant to be about pirates, like, I would want more piratey action. Like, I understand that they're not what they used to be, and they're older and they're different, and they're just getting back into being pirates again, but I don't know, they kind of jump through the travel a little bit. You don't really hear much about them actually like working the ship in any way or sailing it, and yeah, there's not been a lot of action or fight scenes or anything like that, which is kind of disappointing, because when you have like a cover with a ship and sea monsters, you kind of expect that. I don't know, I've still got 40%, so you know, the ending could be action packed, but it's a little disappointing, the lack of action in this book, because I don't know, it feels like it's pitched as should be action packed. Yeah, so I still have 40% to go, and you know, you never know what's going to happen in the last section of this book. I feel like maybe if some of the I feel like maybe if some of the inner thoughts were cut out, there would be more room for action scenes. Yeah, but I like that the stakes are high. The reason Amina is doing this is, yeah, it makes you nervous for the characters, and you can feel that tension and that desperation to achieve this goal. Yeah, like I said, I just feel like for pirates I was expecting a little bit more action, a little bit more, yeah, adventure, because they are going to these amazing places, but yeah, I'd like to see them explore these places more, and I guess make use of these amazing places that they're traveling to a bit more, I suppose. Yeah, so I'm going to go read a little bit of more of this book tonight. I'm currently hosting sprints, so hopefully I'll read a little bit of it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Amina. I still haven't read any more of Hangman. I'm just focusing on Amina first. I'm just going to finish that and then finish Hangman. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. I will see you when I have finished Amina, maybe, or when I'm close to finishing. Hey, it is now Thursday night. It's about 6 o'clock at night, hence the horrendous lighting in my room. But yes, it's Thursday night, and I think it's time I wrap up this reading vlog. Okay. So, I finished Amina on, would have been Sunday, so that would have been the 26th, I believe. Yeah, I finished Amina on Sunday. Yeah, I ended up not really liking it. I feel like the plot was just not well developed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think what this book has going for it is the world building. I think the world building is incredible. I feel like it was such a fun setting and I learnt so much. And it made me want to learn more about kind of Middle Eastern countries that I don't know heaps about, and figuring out when they were sailing and talking about different locations, like the proximity and what the map looks like. So that got me really curious about that kind of area of the world. So that was really interesting, and I think it was so full of culture and learning about a religion that I don't know heaps about, the Muslim religion, and that was just so well interwoven into the story. So I really enjoyed that aspect. So the story, I guess the world felt so rich and developed in that way. And yeah, the settings and beautiful the descriptions of where they were and the countries that they were going to and the places they were going to were beautiful. So I really, really liked that aspect of it. And like the myths behind some of the kind of items that they spoke about in the book, that was really interesting and well developed, and I liked that we were having those stories told to us and the different versions of the myths for different cultures or different places and different people. Like, that was all really rich and well done. It was the plot that let the book down. I feel like I kind of said this before, but I don't know, it just wasn't a satisfying plot. I feel like we had a crew of really interesting characters that we just didn't hear from. They were just kind of there for the sake of having a crew, and you know, I feel like it could have just been so much more developed, because there was interesting kind of her solid 3 closest crew members. They were just there and they weren't really well used or developed enough. They didn't really have their own stories, and I feel like they were such interesting and clever and powerful people that they really could have taken advantage of that and had more action or had more scenes, and they just kind of felt like they were there, which was really disappointing. And we follow Amina, and Amina is an amazing character, like really strong, and I liked how she wanted to be a kind of example for the young girls, to say that marriage, you know, isn't the only option. Look at what I've done. So I really appreciate that, but show some other characters, show some cool characters, the Master of Poison on your ship, or the cartographer that have these really interesting dreams, and yeah, show them a bit more. Take advantage of the cool characters that you've kind of mentioned and they're just kind of there. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, because I know there was magic in this book and I know it was fantasy. In the first kind of 3/4, the mentions of magic are really limited. Like, there's one character that is a magical being, but yeah, the references to magic are subtle or not. It's not a huge major part of the plot. It's just, there's magic in the world. It's not a huge plot. And then the last like 100 pages, the magic almost turns like not, kind of like silly. Like, it goes from kind of being involved to like full on crazy magical ending. And it just felt like it made the ending not very satisfying because it was almost too easy. All of a sudden, Amina was like, all right, look at this thing that I have now without, I'm trying to say this without spoiling, but something happens to a certain character and then that means that they can defeat the bad guy. And it just took away kind of the tension of the book. The tension of the book is that you are fighting against this magical being that you have no chance against. And those are the scenes that I really liked in the book, was because you were so scared for the characters. You were like, you've got no chance against this big, powerful being. You've got no chance against them. Like, your crew is in danger. And then to go, I know you've got to find a solution to that, but it just seemed to go from this really tense, like, this is a crazy powerful being, how on earth are our characters going to overcome this, to, oh, okay, that was easy. It was just like such an anticlimactic ending, and it turned almost silly at some points. I don't know, I just feel like for a book that's meant to be like a parody adventure, there wasn't much there was a travel, but it just didn't have that adventure feel to it. Yeah, it just didn't have the adventure, like the travel, you just kind of skipped over it. There was not much. There was a little bit of ship talk, but there was not a lot of ship talk or ship battles, or there wasn't a lot of action. You just kind of followed Amina kind of going around the world. Like, there wasn't much adventure or action. It was just such a letdown. But I don't want to give it like a super shit rating, because I think the world building and the culture and the myths were also rich. Yeah, but they didn't take advantage of the cool characters that they set up. There wasn't much action or adventure or piratiness, even though they were kind of pirates. And it was kind of exhausting just spending 90% of the book with just Amina. Like, give me a break from her, please. Like, you know, obviously the book's in her perspective, but oh my god, give me some more other characters doing stuff other than just her. Yeah, it was just like a letdown. It felt too easy of an ending, and like I was so reluctant to pick it up in the end, because I was like, oh my god, this book is never going to end. It just went on and on and on. I think I liked it at the start because I was just still getting absorbed in the world building. I was like, you know, I'm at the start of the book, we're world building, you know, that's how it's going to happen in a fantasy book. But yeah, didn't take advantage of the characters. Weird, super quick, easy ending. And yeah, it just was a letdown. So that's another book that I wasn't super fan of in this month. This has got to be one of the worst reading months I've ever had in my life. As you saw, I also was picking this book back up. I'm going to DNF it. It's cursed. I'm cursed. Someone take this reading curse off me. I got to about page 148. I don't want to pick up this book. Every time I'm like, I should read, I'm like, oh shit, I have to pick up that book. Yeah, it's making me really uncomfortable. Like, I've watched Criminal Minds with like cannibals before, like that's fine. But it's making me uncomfortable reading from his perspective as he watches women and watches their jugulars, and like the way he describes being touched by them. Ew. Also, it's focusing way too much on him and the weird shit that he gets up to, rather than an actual like FBI investigation. Like, it's wrapped up. I know it's not going to be wrapped up currently as neatly as it has where I'm up to. I know it starts up again, but I have no interest in finding out what happens, to be honest. It's weird. It's not that well written to me. And yeah, I think the smartest thing to do right now is to just DNF this book and start fresh next month. I feel like if I force myself to read this book, I'm going to go into a slump. So I feel like this has been such like a negative vlog, and I'm sorry. I'm still going to post it because it's still like a lot of reading I did in this vlog, and I still love the spinner concept. This will be part one of many. I will definitely do this again. I just feel bad for you guys because it's just been like a negative vlog, but you're never gonna like everything you read, and I would rather be honest about how I'm feeling about books. Don't want to lie to you or to myself. So yeah, I'm sorry for kind of the negative vibe to this vlog. I still had a lot of fun doing this, and I think maybe I'm just having a really bad reading month. So yeah, June's gonna be a fresh new start for me. And yeah, I probably won't get to do another spinner vlog in June just because of the amazing readathon, but July I will probably do another one of these vlogs. So let me know if you want to see another one, because this was really fun concept to film and I liked filming something different. So yeah. Thank you so much for following this cursed reading month journey with me. Let me know in the comments below, have you read anything I read? What did you think of this vlog? Do you want to see another spinner vlog? Thank you so much for watching. All of my social media links are in the description below. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of this content. Subscribe if you want to see my reading journey and if I ever read a good book again. And so yeah, subscribe and thank you so much. I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Bye!